and this video is not related to something which is being displayed on my monitor. So it's not about some panda or some Animal Planet or something like that. It is purely based on some coding, some educational video. And this video would be, in this video I will be discussing some topic on in Excel, on a particular topic in Excel, and this topic would be about lookup. These lookup functions in Excel, and this has some variations like lookup, and then Vlookup, and then Hlookup. And also I will be discussing that this Hlookup and Vlookup has some restrictions. To overcome this restriction, we can easily use another Excel function, index and match. So index is a particular function, while match is another function. We use index and match in combination to achieve something, to achieve a particular task, which the same task can be achieved via Hlookup and Vlookup, and it has some restriction. That is, Hlookup and Vlookup has some restriction, and to overcome this restriction we use index and match. So let me walk around with what I am saying one by one, and if you follow along the video you will be able to visualize what I am trying to explain. So for this reason, let me open up Excel and let me show you a table and what I am trying to achieve. So this is a table in Excel, simple table. It has name and then location, age, department, role ID, department code. So this is a simple table in Excel. So in this particular table, in an empty cell we will be providing some value, and this value will be searched in this table, and based on that value searched, some column data would be extracted from this table and would be displayed. So maybe I will be writing Kiran, and against Kiran the result would be something like EC, or maybe his role ID would be shown. So I mean, what is the use of this? So maybe we are having a big table with n number of columns, and from this n number of columns, this big table, without changing or without affecting the structure of the table, or we can make a sub table out of this big table. So that in that purpose we can use this Vlookup or Hlookup function. So as we go along, as we proceed with the video, this particular concept which I am talking of would be more clearer to you people. So first of all, let's look what Vlookup is and how Vlookup works. For this particular topic, I will be copying this to explain the Vlookup. I will be copying this particular table, Control C, and to insert a new sheet in Excel. So I am using Excel 2007. So that is another thing I discussed in another video. So you can go to CMD and write that reg query, and then you have to go to the H key. Under H key you have to move to the classes, and under classes you have to go to the root directory, and under that you have to go to excel.application to know the version of Excel you are using. So it shows that somewhere. So Excel series, so there is a small, registration query of the Excel application which is located inside H key classes root directory, and I want to know its car. So I need to write another piece of line, car, and it says that 12. So by this 12 version, it means that I am using Excel 2007. I have made a video in my YouTube channel. You can check it out to how to know the Excel or the Word or the Office version you are using using a command line interface. So that is another video. We will be though I showed how I did it, but it's not the part of the topic which I am discussing today. So I copied this particular table, and let me move to a new sheet, and let me paste it as a picture, plain as a picture. So paste as a picture. Now this particular picture can be pasted in Word, or maybe this particular table now which is now being pasted as a picture can be used in Word, or maybe your PowerPoint presentation according to your need. what I will be doing is that I will be copying this picture and I will be moving to pen to explain how Vlookup, I mean to guide you, to walk around how Vlookup works. So let me Control V, paste this particular piece of picture. Let me zoom out the working area. It's too much, okay, it's too small. Let me zoom a bit. Okay, no, zoom out a bit. So it's hard to align this particular. Okay, so maybe a little big and maybe a little bigger maybe. Okay, fine. So let me show you the structure of Vlookup, how it works. I'm writing Vlookup, and this lookup function takes up the first parameter is lookup value. This lookup value, okay, so I also need to make the font a bit smaller so that whole of the line fits into the screen, maybe 20. Okay, fine. So Vlookup takes the first parameter is a lookup value, and it searches this value in the table array, and if it finds this value, lookup value in the table array, we will be returning the column number, and the searching would be of exact type, that is true, sorry, false. 0 means false and 1 means true. So exact means that this RAM and this RAM, both of these RAM are same in a kind of fashion. Both of these RAM are same. If it is a true, and in false, it has to be exact. That is, this RAM and this RAM has to be exact. That is, this lookup value, this first lookup value RAM would be searched in the table array, and it will be searching for RAM. These two of, they have to be a similar type. That's what 0 means. So lookup value would be given in a blank cell, and it would be searched in a table array, and if it finds that value, it will be returning the column number. So what does it mean? It basically means something like that, something like this, so if the selection of the table is something like this, I will be giving a lookup value in a blank cell. This is a blank cell. Okay, so this cell value would be searched in this particular table array. This is a selection. So after clicking on this cell, then I will be putting a comma, and in this table array section, I will be selecting this particular table. So in this particular table, the first column is what, this cell value would be searched according to the selection. In this selection, the first column would be the selection. So this cell value would be this one according to the name. And likewise, if my selection is something like this, based on this from here, like department, if the selection is from this section. So if the selection is something like this, that means that my first in the first column, it is we are having the department. So this lookup value would be searching based on this department. Okay, so whatever selection we are making, based on that selection, this lookup value would be searched for the first column of that selection, and if it finds that value, it would be returning the subsequent column data. So suppose I have given ITI, and if it finds that value in this table array, this is the selection. Okay, so this is the selection. If it finds this value ITI in this particular selection, it will be returning a column data. So ITI is 1, and then roll number is 2, and department code is 3. So basically ITI 3 means 42 G7, something like this. So this is how Vlookup works, and since the data is changing vertically, so this is one vertical. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so this is a vertical. This is another vertical. So the data, this is vertically. The vertically the data is changing, and for Hlookup we will be selecting this particular table, and we will be copying this and then transpose. I will showing it later on. So this is how Vlookup works, and how does lookup work? So for maybe I will Control N, don't save, and maybe Control V. So we have the table one more time. I pasted the table one more time and let me zoom out a bit. So lookup is something like this, that in lookup what we do is something like this. What is lookup? Equal to lookup. In lookup we will be providing a lookup value, that is again we will be selecting a cell, a blank cell in which we will be providing any value, and based on that value we will be searching in a table array, and now we have to return the range. Range means, so okay, so let me explain. What I am trying to say is that you will be giving a lookup value. So okay, you will be giving a lookup value. That means you will be selecting a blank cell inside which you will be providing a value, and it will be searched within a table array. So it's the same as I have showed you, as I have walked you around in Vlookup. That if the selection is something like this, okay, so this lookup value will be based on the, in this selection, according to the selection from the first column. So the first column of the selection is name. Similarly, in a similar fashion, if the selection is something like this, okay, so if the selection is something like this, then you have to give the lookup value based on the location, since in this selection the first column is the location. And if it finds this value, this particular cell, within this cell, if it finds this lookup value within this table array, it will be returning the corresponding, not, we don't need to give the column index number, we will be selecting the range. So earlier we were giving 3, that means 3 means this department. So in okay, so if the selection is something like this, that means this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So in VLOOKUP, 3 would mean that if it finds Howrah, it will be returning ITI. But in this case, we will only be giving any 3. We will be selecting this range. So if you are selecting this range, in this case, if you are selecting this range, Howrah means ITI. Similarly, if you are selecting this range, so in VLOOKUP we are giving the index number of the column, and in normal lookup we were giving the particular, we are selecting the range. Now this is the explanation of the theoretical portion. Let me go out to, let me show you the practical section. So for I will be giving the lookup value in this particular cell. So also let me zoom a bit the working area of my particular, this particular tutorial. Okay, so maybe we'll be giving the value in this particular cell. This is the lookup value, and we'll be just go on with the VLOOKUP. Let me press tab, and we'll be searching this value in a table array. Maybe the table array will be from, in the first case, maybe we are selecting this, the whole of the table. Okay, so in this selection, see there is a blinking, you can visualize there is a blinking of the selection. So in this selection, the first column is the first column of the selection is the name. So we have to give the cell value. This lookup value is based on the name. This lookup value has to be the name, and if it finds this value, it will be returning the age for 2. No, sorry, location is in the second column, age is in the third column, and department is in the third column. So maybe 3, and the searching would be 0, means 0. So let me press enter, and let me give a value, maybe Kiran. Okay, so it's okay, Kiran. So it's showing 23. So 23 means basically I have given a value of 3. Okay, fine. So 1, 2, 3. 3 is the age, and so maybe I will be giving not 3, maybe 4. So 4 basically means that the Kiran is for EC. Fine, EC, and we can change this into a drop down by going to the data tab and then going to the data validation, and then data validation here, and then we have to select this particular list option, and then click on this button and select this whole of the range. Okay, fine, the whole of the range has been selected, and then just press OK, and this has been converted to a dynamic one. So there can be a two implications of the particular VLOOKUP. Maybe we have this this is a big table in which we will be creating an admit card of name and maybe role ID and maybe department code. So maybe there will be a subtable, something like this, that this is an admit card, maybe home, then go to say maybe margin center, and we'll be writing here some simple letter like admit. Okay, so there's some problem. We'll be writing admit Alt enter is for the line break. Admit card, fine. Let me select it and align it in the middle, and let me make the font a little bit bigger, 26 maybe. So here the name would be provided, and based on this name there will be a so let me look into the table. There is a department and department, role ID, department code, fine. So maybe the admit card would be having role ID and the maybe role ID and maybe department code, or maybe only department, role ID and department. So the subtable will be something like this, that role ID, and it would be department. So far so good. Let me, okay, fine. So the name, okay, let me select this whole section and give it some style, maybe neutral, and apply all border, maybe, okay, all border, fine. So for role ID, we will be searching for equal to Vlookup. Okay, it will be searching this particular name against this particular table. So this is the table, okay. Then give a comma, and role ID is in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, comma 0, and let me press enter. So this one is the B12. So let me fix this column F4. F4 is to make it absolute, not relative, absolute. Then press enter, and let me drag it to the bottom of the screen. Okay, copy this particular formula, and for the department we will be using 6 maybe, okay, fine. So here I will be writing Shomallo, maybe my name, fine. So this is the admit card. So all you need to do is now you have created this kind of structure in which out of a big table, so this table was having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 column, and out of it we are fetching only, out of this big table we are creating an admit card which is having only maybe 3 columns from this big table. And this is how Vlookup works. And also let me give another example. Now in the Vlookup, this particular scenario, so this is the cell where I will be giving the lookup value, and if the selection is something like this, okay, so this is the selection, okay, fine. So this lookup value now in this particular selection, the whatever the range I have selected, let me select it one more time, show you. So this is my selection. Now in this particular selection, my first column is the department. So this lookup value has to be the department one, and if it finds the value, it will be fetching something from this first column to the right of that particular lookup value column. So 1 is the lookup value column, role ID is the second column, and department code is the third column. So maybe I will be returning 2 and 0 and maybe enter, okay. So maybe so this time CAC, fine. So that's how it's fetching. CAC means 40 CAC 2B. In a similar fashion, if you are writing supply, so if it is supply, it is 21 HG1 2VB. It's working as intended. And in lookup, what we do is that we are giving a lookup value. In a similar fashion, we are selecting the range. Now in this particular selection, the first column of the selection is the name, so the lookup value has to be the name, and the returning here it gives the suggestion of result vector. So we will be giving the column number, we will be selecting the range of the column. So if we want to return the department, so department is in Vlookup we have to give 4, but in lookup we have to select this particular range. That's it. And close the bracket, and here we'll be giving the value as maybe Kiran, and the result is ITI. So that's how Vlookup and only lookup functions. And in case of Hlookup, in this particular table the data is changing vertically, so we need to transpose. Let me move. So to insert a new blank sheet in Excel, the shortcut key is Shift F11. Okay, so it's still not working. Okay, Shift function F11. So I'm using laptop. If you are using a desktop computer, Shift F11 it will do perfectly fine. Shift F11 is the shortcut key to insert a new blank sheet in Excel, and I will be not simply pasting this particular table which I have just copied. I'll be going to moving on to the paste special and then going to the values, and then I'll be selecting this particular function transpose. So far so good. So now in this particular table, what you are getting is that the rows has been transposed to the table, rows has been transposed to the column, and column has been transposed to the rows. So now in this particular section, in this particular cell, we will be giving the lookup value. Okay, so the color went off. Let me select one more time. Okay, fine. And Hlookup works in a similar fashion. So Hlookup, fine. It will be searching this particular value based on this cell value. It will be searching in the table array. So if the selection of this, so in Vlookup we had the first column. Now in Hlookup, in the selection we will be looking for the array for the row. So in the selection, the first row will be based on that first row. So this lookup value would be searched in the selection. It will be searching for in the first row of that selection, and in Vlookup, this lookup value would be searched in the selection's first column. So Hlookup, selections, first row, Vlookup, selections, lookup values. See, that is lookup value is the selection. So lookup values in the selections first column. So here it is. So it will be searching within this. Okay, and if it finds this particular lookup value in this particular selection in this range, it will be returning the data. So Shomala is in the first row, location is second, age is third, maybe department is in the fourth, and the selection is something like this, 0 exact, maybe. Okay, not maybe, the selection has to be exact. So if you are writing Kiran, it's EC, and in a similar fashion it's Kiran EC. So let me check on with another data in the table, maybe Biraj, it's mechanical department, so it's working perfectly fine. And also let me take one last example. Hlookup, it will be searching this value. Now now this is the selection, this was the selection. So the first row is the department 1. So this lookup value would be based on the department, and if it finds, so roll ID is in the second and department is in the third. So 3 and then comma 0 and press enter, and then we will be providing and maybe ITI. So the result will be reflected 42G7. Now the problem with this Hlookup and Vlookup is that I think there is still something, I mean, in my clipboard that was being copied. So let me press Ctrl N and don't save maybe, and then Ctrl V. Okay, no. So it has gone from it has been erased from my clipboard. Let me copy this picture one more time, and then I will be guiding you how index, what is index and match. So let me paste this particular table, Ctrl V, and let me zoom out my, not zoom out, zoom in a bit of my working area, and let me guide you on how index and match works. So in index, what we are doing is that equal to index. In index, we will be selecting a table array. Okay, so let me also check the structure before equal to index. Okay, so let me press tab, array, row number, column number, fine. So index will be selecting the array, means the whole of the table excluding the column data, the column labels, because the column label is not the data. So we will be while making the selection, the array would be from the data itself. And if it finds this within this particular within this particular table, it will be searching for the row number. So we'll be saying that Shomala is in the first row, Kiran is in the second row, Hiranmoy is in the third row. So I need to get 3 means third row, and then the column data. So department means 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, 3, 4 basically means that. So 3, 4 basically means that third row, fourth column data. In a similar fashion, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. So third row, fourth column data. And so index, basically you have to feed index the row number, and based on that row number it would be returning the column data. In that particular row number, that column value. So what does match do? We need to feed match. So let me also take a quick look into how the structure of match. Let me press escape and equal to match. Let me take a look. So it says lookup value, lookup array, match type. Fine. So lookup value means let me show you, equal to match. So we have to feed match a lookup value. So we have already discussed what lookup value is. We will be selecting a blank cell and it will be searching within a range, not a table, within a range. And if it finds within this range, what is the type of searching? So 0 means false, exact searching. So if it finds, it will be returning the row number. So lookup value means a blank cell and it will be searching within a range. So the range can be something like this. Okay, so home. Okay, so the selection. Okay, fine. So maybe blue. Okay, fine. So it will be finding a lookup value. Lookup means value means a blank cell and it will be searching within a range. So if the selection is something like this is the range. So this lookup value would be searched within this particular department range, and if it finds it will be returning the searching would be of 0 means exact kind of, and if it finds this value, it will be returning the row number. So if I are giving ITI, the result would be 1, 2, 3. So what is the advantage of index and match over VLOOKUP and VLOOKUP or lookup? So if we are getting this particular, if we are able to get this particular row number out of this lookup value, we can this is the array. Array means the whole of the table selection. So you can easily say that this is a 4. 4 means 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was the 4 means array, row number, and then column data. So this row would be given by this particular match function, and based on this data something would be returned. So 4 is the column data, means we can easily get row number is given by match. So row number may be third row, and 4 means fourth. So we can say 1 means, so the selection was something from this particular section department. We are able to fetch the back record, or maybe the front. From the left or right we can move according to our needs. So if it had been a VLOOKUP, we need to cut this particular department and then place it over before this particular name column, and then we'll be fetching the data from the right side of the selection. That was what we were doing in VLOOKUP. Now let me show you. Let me select the same table, and okay, so this is selection, Control C. Oh, I don't think the selection was. This is the selection, Control C. For some reason this it's not working. Maybe escape. Okay, fine. So there was a selection in another cell of an Excel sheet. So this is the selection, Control C. Let me go to a blank sheet and Control V, paste this particular table and quickly guide you how index and match works. So for first here it would be, this is the index, and for the match we will be using this particular, and to combine both of them we will be using this particular neutral. Okay, fine. So let me quickly guide you how index works. So index will be searching within the array. So, okay, so Shomallo, Kiran, Chirmoy. Okay, so this is a transposed table. So let me press escape, and no, this is not the table. I will be selecting this particular table, Control C, and it was in sheet 5. Let me select this whole of this table and let me make a replacement, Control V. Fine. Okay, so still I think this is an image. No, this is not an image. Okay, fine. So equal to index, it will be searching inside the array. So maybe this is the array, the whole of the table. Array means whole of the table, and we'll be seeing the row number. So Hiranuma is in the third row. So third row, and Howrah means second. Let me close the bracket and press enter. So see Howrah. Third row, Control tilde is to show the formula. Control tilde, what it does is that it reveals all of the formula in my currently working Excel sheet. wherever which formula has been applied, it reveals all of the formula. It's control tilde. Tilde means this particular operator, it is below the escape key. So this is the tilde operator basically. Okay, so let me get back to the topic which I was discussing on. So index normal 3 means the table, and then third row second column. Okay, and how match works? So match, you have to feed match a lookup value, and it will be searching within a range. Maybe this is the range, and if it finds the value, the searching would be of 0, and it will be returning the row number. So if I am saying that it is supply, it will be saying that supply is within 1, 2, 3, 4. It is in the 4th row. So let me combine this two index. Let me combine match with the index. So index will be searching in this particular table array, and row number. So row number would be given by the match, and this match will be searching this particular value within a range. So maybe the range would be this department, and based on this search, the searching would be of 0, means except kind of search, and then comma, and the last parameter would be the column number. So maybe based on the department we will be returning the result name. So that is 1. Let me close the bracket and press enter. It's showing no. Okay, and give me maybe ITI. So it's giving here on 1. So if this has been Vlookup in the scenario which we have just seen in Vlookup, we need to select the whole of this table, this whole of the not table, whole of this column. We have to make a control X and then press control. Where is the plus in my keyboard? Okay, so plus. Okay, control plus. Fine. So if this had been a Vlookup, we have to cut this column, but this particular column data, and paste it before name, and then the selection would be something like this. This is the lookup value, the department, and based on this value, it will be returning something from the selection. The right, we were fetching data from the right side of the selection, but in index and match, it doesn't depend whether based on the lookup value, it doesn't depend whether we are fetching the column data either from the left side or the right side. So this is a complete guide to lookup, Hlookup, Vlookup, normal lookup, Hlookup, Vlookup, and index and match. How we can combine index and match, and how we can overcome this particular. That was the subject of my topic. So pardon me for my broken English, or for the murmuring which I was, for the frequent and something like that. I was getting stuck, because basically this is not a scripted video, or I'm not a, this is not a scripted video, or I'm not practicing something like that. We all are accustomed to Vlookup, Hlookup, and index and match, but we seldomly use Xlookup or lookup. Xlookup is something which I will be guiding you later on, and Xlookup is not present in the older versions of the Excel. So if you are writing equal to Xlookup, so there is no suggestion for the Xlookup section. Okay, so Xlookup is something I will be making a video later on. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that we use Vlookup, Hlookup, and index and match, but we seldomly use the lookup, this particularly lookup function in Excel. So to make a comprehensive summarization on all of these topics, I made this video. In this particular video, I have shown how lookup, you can use lookup also, apart from using Vlookup and Hlookup. Hope I am able to clear out the theoretical portion and the practical portion. I was able to guide you and help you in some sort or some fashion. It might be of some help to you, maybe. If it is of some help to you, maybe you can throw a like and say some comment. Maybe you can say in the comment section that I am frequently I'm getting stuck, or my English is not so good. Whatever it is, it will be boosting up my self-confidence and something like that. So let's not elaborate this video any further. So this is 34-minute video, has 34 minutes has been already been recorded. I am not extending this video any longer. Thank you all, and see you for some next tutorial in later point of time. Thanks and goodbye.